Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Megan Tennant, and today we are doing a writing tag. Sometimes I'm like a whisper in a riot, but I know stronger keep it. Now, although Indiecember is designed to promote indie authors, this tag is designed to promote Indiecember. So to do this tag, you don't have to be an indie author, you don't even have to be a published author, you just have to have some form of work in progress, because otherwise these questions will make zero sense. If you're not one of those things, I have a writing tag that will come out in 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that. If you don't know what Indiecember is, I will link in the description to a video that covers all of the stuff, but it is an indie-focused reading challenge designed to get more reviews for indie books. Now, because I don't like sleep, I decided that rather than doing just a normal tag, I was gonna make that tag way more complicated than normal. So the only real rule is that you mention Indiecember and either give a just super brief description about what it is, or just link people to the video where I explained it, or to my website. Now, to make it Indiecember themed, I went with the bingo board theme. Oh god. Gets his fur on me and then he leaves. Yay, you. So this is how it works. Make sure there's no spoilers on there. You grab a piece of paper. I'll put a graphic up here that looks way nicer than what I'm about to draw. But you draw a simple 5x5 board. Oh no. Simple but readable. And number the boxes 1 through 25. Now, each number is going to correspond to a question. Remember how I said I hate sleep? Yeah, there's 25 questions. But no one is going to end up answering all of them, because it's gonna work like bingo. So now you're gonna pull up a random number generator, and then you will find the question corresponding to that number, and if you answer the question, you cross off the box. And you keep going until you get bingo. Now, if you're short for time, you can just pre-game, get your random numbers, get your what's gonna be your winning line, and answer only the questions on that winning line. Then you only have to answer 5 questions. Otherwise, in my test runs, you're looking at anywhere between about 9 and 16 questions. Though it is, of course, possible for you to end up with as few as 5 questions and as many as less than 25. Now, that being said, me doing this video, you're not gonna get to see all of the questions, but I will have all of the questions in the description. For those of you who want to get really fancy with your video editing, I actually went ahead and I made title cards for every question, both the ones that I answered, which you'll see in this video, and the ones that I didn't. And I got confirmation from my licensed supplier that you do have permission to use these since they're considered a final project. And then those video files in both MP4 version and whatever the other version is that people use will be in Google folders linked in the description. So I'm going to be doing this tag with both Alethea, which is my published finished book, and the sequel to that, which is in progress and is called Red River. I am so very tempted to just read the Amazon description. Okay, so here's my horrible unpracticed logline that I'm coming up with right now. Alethea is pretty dark. It's kind of in between YA and new adult. It takes place in a world that was ravaged by a disease called Lep. The disease has tons of symptoms, but among them, it interrupts the reconsolidation of memories. So when you remember something, that memory doesn't get restored and you lose it. So this, of course, leads to all sorts of issues, including insane feral people. And the only person who has a cure to the disease is the prophet, but to get it, you have to basically sign away your freedom. So the main character, 736, is a prisoner in the compound. But things in the compound start to change, and she realizes that the life of someone she cares about is on the line, and to save them, she has to break everyone out. And then Red River is, of course, the sequel to that, and it takes place after they have escaped the compound. So I'm gonna pull up a random number generator on my computer. My first number is 15. Alright, so question 15 is wrapping. What character would spend way too much time wrapping presents because they want it to look perfect? I'm gonna go with 1633 for this one because he's a problem solver, he likes engineering and that sort of thing, so he would try to figure out the most economic and paper conserving and pretty way to wrap a present, spend way too much time on that method, and then use that method every time. So his presents would look pretty freaking awesome. Next up, number 7, Feast. What's your favorite food-related scene? This one's actually one you guys haven't read yet because it's in Red River, so hopefully that scene stays in. It is a scene involving 736, Jason, Arson, and Nora, and they are chilling out, and they make popcorn, because popcorn is one of the few things that doesn't really expire. I mean, you're not gonna get as many kernels popping as you should, but it doesn't go bad, so that's one of the things that they can still eat in Red River, and so they get to try popcorn. I thought that was pretty cool. Next number is 20. I swear I'm not cheating. Question number 20 is Gingerbread House. Who is your handiest or craftiest character? And I'm already doubling up because this is still 1633 for really the same reasons as the rapping one. He works in engineering, which is Division 4. He's really good with his hands. I should say hands. He only has one of them. His other amputated at the elbow. Okay, I feel like this is rigged. The next number I got was 24. I'm doing a screen capture so you guys can see the numbers I'm getting. I don't know. I don't know. The system's rigged. But I'm telling you, now I'm just never gonna get 25. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Even if I win with only 5 questions, I have paid heavily for this particular line. 24 is Santa's workshop. Show us your writing space or your workspace or your desk, either with a picture or with taking the camera there. I'm gonna show you a picture. I'll put it up here. I don't even know what state it's in right now. Sometimes it's clean. My drawers, on the other hand, are a completely different matter. But the question doesn't say drawers, it says desk, so I'm safe. All right, now the real question is, am I gonna get 25? I don't think it's gonna happen. Okay, I got 20 again, and 2. Okay, see? Now I'm just never gonna get 25, and that whole line's gonna be almost complete, and I'm gonna just keep going. So question number 2 is, do you have any furry writing companions? Bonus points for showing them on camera. I feel like I'm gonna regret this. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. You're not a kitty, you're a dog, but you can come too. This is Kajrate. You already saw him. Kajrate. Say hi, Kajrate. You gonna meow for them like you meow for me? Echo's meowing for you. This is Sake. He is a doge, as you can tell. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. You never see him on camera because he's heavy. And I can't pick him up all the time. Yeah, so that's Sake. Echo. This is Echo. He is the fluffiest of the 3. And the cuddliest of the 3. Don't tell Kajita I said that. So those are my furry writing companions, and I am even more covered in fur now. Number 8 is fun. Question number 8 is Santa Baby. What character would romance Santa out of presents? Anyone who's read Alethea already knows what the answer to this one is. It is 100% Arson. Arson would romance the out of Santa, and he would get all of the presents. No, you already had your time on camera. Be gone. All of the pets are now just staring at me. It's because I made the treat call and I didn't give them treats, but I don't have treats up here, and I don't want to go all the way downstairs. I'll give them treats later. They're not happy with that decision. 5. Question number 5 is Sleigh Bells. What music do you listen to while writing? When I'm trying to write just anything, I tend to stick to things like Glitch Mob and Lindsay Sterling, things with not really any lyrics and kind of really upbeat. Lindsay Sterling's newest album is amazing. I have been listening to that on loop for most scenes. So that's kind of one category, and then on the other side, when I'm trying to like dig deep into a particular emotion for a scene, I tend to listen to a lot of 3 Days Grace and Skillet and some Hollywood Undead. Generally angry songs and kind of darker songs, because again, this is a gritty dystopian book. It is an interesting playlist with both the upbeat side and the much more dark side. Next number. Question number 19 is Santa's beard. Who is your oldest character and around how old are they? So my oldest character by far is Dr. Hastings. He is in his 60s, and he was working at the old folks center that became Haven 20 years back before the apocalypse even happened. Next is question number 4, Elves. Do you have anyone who helps you with your writing kind of from the shadows? Anyone you'd like to shout out? Whether that be emotional support or like a critique partner, anything like that. So for me, my number 1 is of course Josh. He is always supporting me in both emotionally and just on the business side of things, plus he reads my books before anyone else. He helps with literally everything. He is amazing. I would not be able to do any of this without him. And then I'd also like to give a shout out to my kittens. They are my patrons over on our Discord server. They are so helpful, especially with all this Indiecember stuff. They helped me proof the webpage and give me feedback and opinions on the board, and they helped with so much in making this possible, and they also helped me with my writing and emotional support. So if you guys are watching this, which of course you are, then I love you guys and you are wonderful. Oh, I'm very close to winning on another line now. So now number 1 is never gonna come up. So question number 3 is milk and cookies. What is your favorite writerly snack? And bonus if it's milk and cookies. I don't really snack at all, so this question's kind of tough. I think I'd have to go with drinks because I do drink a lot while writing. Not alcohol, but also alcohol. I want to say tea because that makes me sound like a cool writer, you know. Writers, they drink tea and coffee. The truth is, it's actually G Fuel. When I'm writing, like, I need the caffeine, and I'm kind of bored of coffee, and tea just doesn't have the same kick. So I've kind of just been drinking G Fuel lately, which is like a powder that you mix into the water and it's like an energy drink. If you've had G Fuel and you've read Alethea, you know how like the powder settles and then you accidentally take a sip and it's like gritty and full of like the sand-like powder? That is exactly how I imagine the drinks in the compound. So if you want to experience that firsthand, G Fuel. Next question. Number 23, traditions. What holidays and traditions exist in your world? And if you have too many to list, what's your favorite? This is post-apocalypse, so some of the people on the outside kind of still celebrate like the old things to a much lesser extent. But the main character, 736, has been living in the compound her whole life. She has no concept of holidays or anything like that. So the only real kind of tradition and yearly thing is the Festival of Life in the city of Iris, and that is not something they generally look forward to. For some of them, it just means they get locked in their cells for 3 days, but for some of them, it means that they're taken into the city of Iris and forced to fight, sometimes to the death. And there's a whole other component to it, but I'm not gonna spoil that for you. It's pretty embedded in the plot, so I'll let you read Alethea to figure that out. Number 18. Question number 18 is Blizzard. What's your favorite weather to write in? For me, this is hands down, no competition, rain. I freaking love rain so much. I'll settle for cloudiness, but like the more stormy the weather, the better. Part of the reason that I'm excited to have moved to Seattle, because I was told that there would be constant rain here. Turns out it's not as constant as people like to say, but it's still more rain than there was in California, where it never rained, so that's pretty cool. It's supposed to rain basically all week next week, so hopefully that actually happens. I might actually catch up on NaNoWriMo if it does. I have so many lines that are so close to winning. Question number 6 is Christmas lights. Which one of your characters would be most likely to use Christmas lights inappropriately, such as to tie someone up, or shock someone, or rig up an explosive? This is again, hands down, Arson on all levels. He's the most liable to use anything inappropriately, and then Christmas lights, I could see him tying people up and shocking people and rigging up explosives. I might have made this question again with him in mind. Question number 12, holiday parties. Do you have a logline prepared for when someone corners you and asks you about your book, or do you just run and hide? Alternately, do you have a masterful diversion that the rest of us could use? Now, you probably already know from the start of this that I do not have a logline prepared, and so I generally just trip over my words and try to create one on the spot, and it's never the same, and I should really just make a logline, but, you know. Question number 13 is Santa's list. How many characters are in what you would consider the main cast of your most recent work in progress or publication? So in Red River, and I'm not going to say names because that would spoil who dies in Alethea, but I'll count them out on my hand. So there are 6 characters that I would consider main cast in Red River. So that's a little bit of a shorter number than the characters I would have considered main cast in Alethea. Which is again the reason why I couldn't list their names, because some of them are gone. Yes, freedom! Of course. The winning square that I get is 25, which had I gotten it 5 in, I would have won. So 25, that gives me bingo. That is a win, but of course, to count that, I do have to answer question number 25. Question number 25 is naughty to nice. Which character was on the naughty list, but Santa liked them so much that they took them off and put them on the nice list? Now, part of me wants to say Arson here, just because I always want to say Arson, but it actually isn't. I'm actually gonna go with the character that you guys don't know yet. And that is Michael, and Michael shows up in Red River, and Michael's just so freaking sweet, and just always so happy, and just upbeat, and I'm excited for you guys to meet Michael. I think he's pretty cool. So yeah, I won! Yay, freedom! 16 questions. In my test runs, that was on the higher end of what you should expect. I almost won with only 5. That would have been pretty cool. Now this is of course a tag, and I didn't remember until yesterday that means you're supposed to tag people. So I am tagging Cam Wolf, Dahlia Burrows, Mandy Lynn, Stephen Partridge, Bethany Atazaz. One day I will remember how to say that last name. I'm sorry, Bethany. I've watched your videos. I've heard you say it. I don't know why I still forget how to say it. Atazade? Atazade. Holly Davis, A.S. Howell, Aaron Kinsella. Some of my lovely patrons, we have Michelle Winkler, Nakego, T.A. Hernandez, Killian Gray, Sathapine, Courtney Levitt, Sydney Rain, Jennifer T. Jarrett, and Sanita Mahoney. I tweeted out asking if anyone wanted to be tagged in this, and I expected a handful of responses, and I got like 25, so there's a lot of names, so I'm gonna put them up on the screen. Also, if I missed someone, I am also sorry, but again, you don't have to be officially tagged to do this video. I invite everybody watching this to do this video. There are no rules, there's no tag police. Just like if you don't want to spend your time answering 16 questions, you could just figure out what your winning line's gonna be and just answer those 5 questions. There's no actual rules. And remember, you don't have to do this on YouTube. You could also do it on a blog, or maybe Instagram, or Twitter if you make enough threads. And let me know in a comment, are you participating in Indiecember this year? If you are, make sure to join the Discord. And that was it for this video. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. Go buy and read Alethea if these questions made you interested. And if you want to maybe be a beta reader for Red River, now's a pretty good time to read Alethea. And thank you so much for watching. As always, I will see you in the next video.